live, tap the screen, share the live, tap, 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 share, 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 tap, 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 share, 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 tap, 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 share, 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 tap, 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 to tap, to tap, tap, tap. Tap the screen, share the live. 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 Hey, Rose Goddess, how you doing? Gang, gang for everybody that's popping in. Hey, I Dream Promotions. Tap the screen, share the live. Tap the screen and share the live. All right, everybody. I am tardy for the party today. Thank you, BBP Cakes. Everybody, tap, tap, tap. So I am tardy today because I got caught in traffic. And the traffic is like, it's tough here. So I've been trying to get home since 4:45. And I came home immediately to you all. So y'all know the drill. Y'all know y'all got to share, share, share. When we do content like this, you got to everybody invite at least two of your biz besties. That's the only thing I ask for as far as payment. And while you guys are tapping the screen, while you guys are sharing the live, let's go ahead and get through some housekeeping so we can get to the content for today. So housekeeping number one that you need to know about, my birthday is Friday, May 16th. And as a part of my birthday celebration, I've been doing these free live trainings since the beginning of May, every day at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we're covering a variety of topics, but literally everything you need to know to help you make money with your social media accounts. And yesterday we covered pricing, and the day before that, we talked about product selection and product creation. Y'all see, everything makes sense. Now, today we're going to be talking about sales. Thank you, Danielle. So every day at 6 p.m., so that means tomorrow at 6 p.m., you will find me on the live stream as well. And we're going to be talking about, I'll tell y'all what we're talking about later tomorrow. We just need to be focused tonight, okay? Tonight is about easily selling and how to sell even if you don't have a product, okay? You say getting in touch with my 90s Pebble energy. Factual, okay? Next thing that you need to know about. On Friday, everybody say Friday, at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, my Instacoin Academy is going to be reduced from $23,979 to only $1,600 for 40 of you. So if you guys need a coach, you need a consultant, you need help with being able to start making money on your pages, you need help with being able to establish a business, if you need to pivot, because a lot of you guys, I'm not going to put anybody everybody on blast, but y'all have sent me DMs. Your sales are down. You're feeling what's going on in the economy right now. Your clients are feeling it, so they're not purchasing as much from you. Also, a lot of you guys that do drop shipping and e-com, I already told you, baby, it's a wrap for that. Okay, that's a wrap unless your goods are coming from the US of A. And most drop shipper and e-coms don't get goods from the US of A because they cost too much. Okay, so that means you're going to have to move into something as well. If you need help with getting brand deals, if you need help with funnels, if you need help with the tech stuff, you better make sure you get one of those spots on Friday. Okay, you better make sure you get one of those spots on Friday. Seats will be open at 9 a.m. And if you're in the Commerce Club, you will get a seat before 9 a.m. Okay, it could be 10 minutes before, it could be an hour before. You never know. All right. Also, you can get three free marketing plans. You can get those as well right now. All you have to do is text me when you click the link in my bio. There's a video on my page. My phone number is underneath that video. If you click that, you will be able to get the information to get the 3 free marketing plans. All right. You said you need a spot, baby. You better get one. And it's $1,600 flat. Somebody asked me, was it $1,600 a month? $1,600 flat. That's it. That's all. Next thing that everybody needs to know about on the 18th. Thank you, BBP Cakes. On the 18th, that's this Sunday, is when I will be having my virtual birthday party. The virtual birthday party is going to be on BIGO. So if you are one of my battle team members, if you're a gifter, baby, be ready on Sunday because we are coupling the virtual birthday party with a luxury bag giveaway. I know you guys like the finer things in life, and so it would not be a birthday with me if I was not doing some luxury giveaways. So depending on what gift you send, you will be in the running for a little Chanel, a little Balenciaga, maybe a little Louis, the usual suspects. Okay. So that is that. So long story long. Okay. Long story long. Okay. It's time to get ready for the birthday festivities. Hey, Elisa. Hey, girl. Hey. Now, with that being said, y'all know y'all got to get us to our first 10,000 taps and 50 shares, and we can go ahead and get the content. Oh, snap. Y'all already got us up to 55 shares. Y'all better go. Well, y'all keep sharing while y'all tap the screen, okay? Now, next piece of housekeeping that you need to know about. If you have been enjoying this particular series, if you've been enjoying any of these trainings, if you've been learning things that are new, you have a duty to share and invite someone else. Your mama, your daddy, a pimp, a player, a heifer, a hustler, somebody on your upline, somebody on your downline, somebody on your team, somebody with a dream. You need to let somebody know if they are a content creator, if they're a small business owner, if they have a side hustle, if they aspire to do any of those things, you need to invite them to the stream right now. Okay, right now, so that they can get in on this good information. I think that's all of the housekeeping that I have right now. Oh, you need to know about today's $16 product. Today's $16 product is the 6-figure Biz Builder Bundle. That is, I think, a $297 or a $497 product. The 6-figure Biz Builder Bundle is multiple trainings. I believe it's over 16 videos inside of that one bundle. It is on sale for only $16 today. Or is it 16 hours of training? It's a lot of training, and especially for it to only be $16. So click the link in the bio, tap the second button. You'll be able to get the $16 deal today. Now, I have quite a few of you guys that are new because someone invited you over the past 48 hours. So the way these $16 deals work is they're only available for 24 hours. So for example, tomorrow there will be another $16 deal. So the one that's here today will be gone at 5:59 p.m. So I know some of you guys, y'all are like, oh, I saw a post, on your page about this, but the post is 3 days old. So you missed that $16 deal. So whenever you see it every day, even if you forget to come in my live stream, once 6 p.m. Central Standard Time hits, thank you, Divinely Scribe. Once you see it's 6 o'clock p.m., you need to just go ahead and click the link in the bio because that's where you're going to see the $16 deal at. All right. Also, some of you guys wanted to get some detailed information about Instacorn Academy. If you click the link in my bio, you tap that second button that's there. Oh my God, my accent just came out so bad. You tap the second button that's there, you will see actual written detailed information about Instacorn Academy. So you can read through it and make sure it's a good fit for you. You also can email our customer support team and they'll let you know if it's a good fit for you as well. Okay, that is that. All right, now y'all know what I want to see. First of all, I need y'all to say, "Hey, God, hey," because that's who gave me the gifts of business, beautification, excuse me, and hospitality. And I've been able to use it to garner a crap load of money for myself. But more importantly, almost 900 of my clients have created six-figure incomes. If you're in here right now, and if I've helped you make money, drop the dollar signs, drop the credit card emojis, drop the euro, drop the yen, drop the dinero, whatever makes you feel good in your sha-na-na. Let the people know that we've been over here getting money in the kingdom, okay? Thank you, King. That's what I need you guys to do. Second, okay? Outside of y'all saying, hey, God, hey. Thank you, Jazz. Jazz, I'm finna say, wait a minute, okay? I didn't see no hey, got haze come across the screen. Thank you, Unnatural Journey, okay, baby? I was finna get upset, okay? Now, I know some of y'all don't love the Lord. You know, that's fine. The Lord still loves you, though. You know what I'm saying? I still love you, okay? But over here, hey, Mr. James Franklin, over here, we love the Lord, okay? We love the Lord. We love the Lord to God, okay? And so we give credit and honor to where credit and honor is due. Blinkety, blink, blink, blink. And I know some of y'all are like, girl, why are you saying this? Because a couple of people DM me and they said that it makes them uncomfortable when I talk about God. Then maybe you need to find another creator. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying anything out of, sorts. I'm not out here telling people they're going to hell or anything like that. I'm just saying I'm thankful and grateful to God because God is who gave me my gifts. God is who gave me my talents. God is who, y'all, we literally just finished a photo shoot, which is one of the reasons I was stuck in traffic, where I grew up at. I literally grew up in the country, like no sidewalks. No street lights. You understand what I'm saying? Getting up every morning, slopping hogs and getting chicken eggs. I have beat the odds. When y'all look at small business owners in the United States, not even Black business owners, the fact that I'm a Black business owner and a woman business owner from the South, and I have managed to be in business for going on 18 years. And I never had to do anything nefarious. I never had to take advantage of anyone. I've never had to hurt anyone. I've never had to do anything illegal. I've never had to do anything demoralizing. And I've been able to build a company that generates millions of dollars. Do y'all know that only 9% of businesses in the United States of America do over $1 million in revenue annually? It's a huge feat. It's a huge accomplishment. Sometimes I got to be like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? Like, so if it makes you uncomfortable that I give honor to God for what he's done for me in my life and for my business and how he's allowed me to support other people, like, with all, all respect, leave. I'm not going to stop mentioning God because it makes you uncomfortable. Okay. Blinkety, blink, blink, blink. All right. Now, next, okay? Outside of dropping those money bags and saying, hey, God, hey, I need y'all to say ready, 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 ready. Let me see it roll through those comments. Hey, Allegedly News. If you don't know me, my name is Ashley Ann. I help people make money with these social media accounts. I help people get a bag. I help people get brand deals. I help people build businesses. I help people make sales. You can find me out here in these streets. I'm actually Googleable, y'all, in real life. You can find me in Inc., in Entrepreneur, Black Enterprise, Essence, Breitbart, CNN Money, a lot of 30 under 30, Stand, a whole bunch of different stuff. I also am very proud of the fact that I have 2 Presidential Lifetime Achievement Awards before the age of 40. What in the world? That's insane when we think about that. So anyway, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, God is good and I'm valid. Okay, I'm saying all that so you guys know that I'm valid. I've been around for a while. You can research me. I'm not a random talking head on the internet, okay? And I am here to help you accomplish your goals. Also, I keep if you guys follow my page, I do news updates. I have one, I don't know, we may not get a news update to in the morning just because of my to-do list tonight, but I do news updates as well to keep you guys in the loop because news in the economy, politics in the economy, policy in the economy, they're tied together. Okay. And there's no way that you can think you're going to be successful in business and you're not staying abreast of what's happening out here. And so a lot of people who they will tell you that their businesses were failing, they were on the verge of collapse, bankruptcy, they didn't think that they can make it. And I was able to assist them in turning things around. Okay. So he said, pour some water on me. Hey, I'm really, really hot. Okay. But you can find those types of updates on my page. And I do that because a lot of you guys have told me that it's just too much for you trying to watch all of that. And y'all say it's easier for you to consume it when I'm putting it in those little bite-sized snippets. So that's something else that I put out there. And for all of the other new people outside of business, I do home stuff. Everybody thinks I'm a beauty gal. I'm not a beauty girl. I do home. So you will see a lot of cooking content for me. You'll see a lot of home decor, decoration, hosting, stuff like that. That's what I'm into. But I do appreciate the fact that so many people think I'm a beauty creator. I take that as a compliment. Most people are like, oh, you do beauty. And I'm like, no, I do business. And they're like, what? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So it's a strange mix, honey, but I'm happy that you guys are here. Okay. Do I do event planning? Yes, I do event planning and design. However, on this page, I don't focus on that because I have separate accounts for my event design and production companies and all of the planning. And it would be the only time I really talk about the events is when I'm talking about from the business side of running like the company. So when I'm talking about marketing, ads, revenue, how we're restructuring stuff, going into a recession. We're not going into, we're in a recession, stuff like that. Now, from time to time, I'll put up some of my work and flex and people are like, oh my God, they're like, it's so pretty. I didn't know you did all that. But for the most part, the people that are over here in business, y'all don't care about what I'm doing in the events. Y'all care how much money I'm making over there. Y'all care how I'm balancing the business over there. But as far as like the actual events, there's like a teeny bit of you guys that care about that. So anyway, so that is that. All right, y'all. So yesterday I talked to you guys about fixed costs, variable costs, labor costs. I gave you several different pricing models so you would know how to price your products and services. We talked about margins and profitability lines. We went through several examples. Y'all had a really, really good grasp on it. I was super proud of everyone. So today it's time to talk about actually selling something now, because now, right, the day before, I talked to you guys about the 4 P's of choosing a profitable product or creating a profitable product, right? Which you use for a profitable page. Hey, finesse your mess. And so now it's time to actually sell. Now, when I start talking about sales, people get intimidated. Y'all start shaking in your boots, okay? Y'all be out here shaking like booty meat. Y'all be like, oh my God, I'm stressed, I'm anxiety. I don't want to sell to people. I don't want to talk to people. Okay, it freaks y'all out. You don't have to be freaked out about sales. You can sell without being salesy, okay? Those of you that are coming into Instacoin on Friday, we actually have pretty extensive trainings, like literally just on sales, okay? And let me be clear, you're always going to be working on sales, okay? But you don't have to, like just panic or have anxiety when you think about I have to sell something, okay? You're not going to be an ambulance chaser. You're not going to, because that's desperate. You're not going to come off like a used car salesman, right? Like you're not going to be pushy. You don't have to do any of that to get people to buy your stuff. Actually, those things normally work against you and they will repel clients, okay? We want to attract clients. As a matter of fact, we want to attract hundreds of clients or thousands of clients. So tonight I'm going to talk to you guys about how you do that. Even if you don't have a product. I know some of y'all like, what? You can make money even if you don't have a product. So if you have an offer already, your offer is right? Everything's going to revolve around this. If you don't have an offer, we're going to show you how to create an offer based off of your content, okay? And this is one of my secret strategies. Thank you, Rose Goddess Queen. This is one of my secret strategies that I've been using for years. It's creating series and themes. Now, initially, I started off just doing series solely, but as social media has updated, as the algorithm has changed, as the features have changed, the personalities of the different users on the different platforms have changed, themes seem to work a bit better than a series, right? So your themes are gonna tie into your content buckets, and y'all know we talked about that weeks ago. And you are going to make a list. Y'all know I love a list over here, but you're gonna need to get a pen and a pad tonight, and you're gonna need to make a list, and you're gonna write down all the questions, all of the desires, all of the goals, all of the challenges that you can find specific to your audience, okay? And where these fit, coupled with your area of interest or your offer, where they overlap, this is where you're going to make money. Everybody picking up what I'm putting down? So we're looking at the desires, the goals, the challenges of the community that you serve. And then we're looking at what you do. Like, what do you offer? What is your product? What is your service? What's your expertise or your area of interest? The reason I'm saying area of interest is because some of you guys don't actually have a product or service. Some of you guys are actual like true content creators, but even true content creators have a niche. All of y'all have a niche. So you're looking at where those two things overlap, and this is how you're going to make money. Okay. And we're going to make money through creating a theme. And you can be inside of this theme for a week. You can be inside of this theme for 2 weeks. You can be inside of this theme for a month. And we can just move from theme to theme to theme to theme. And this is going to put you in the position where you can make money. Okay. Now, this is very important because I see content creators, especially on YouTube and TikTok, man, y'all be on here for like 10 hours, 12 hours, 14 hours a day. Y'all in panels going back and forth with people. Y'all out here cussing folks out. Y'all out here doing all this kind of stuff and ain't making no money. You're not making any money. You're doing it wrong. Because if you're doing what I'm telling you, you literally will be able to spend about 90 minutes a day online. And that's including you engaging with other people. That's including you actually doing like the live stream or the content and getting it posted. That's including you responding to comments. And you can do this and honestly build yourself up where you can make an additional $1,000 every week. $1,000 every week is $4,000 a month. Okay. $4,000 a month over a year is $48,000. You said, really? Yes. And my clients that are just getting started, some of them will make in between $200 and $500 a week. Most of y'all get into trouble because you don't have a plan and you're not consistent. You have to be strategic. You have to have a plan. You have to have strategy for this to work. So this is why I'm giving you guys the strategy. So the first part is literally whoever your audience or the ideal audience, I should say, because some of you guys are having to build new audiences because you started new pages. And then some of you guys are kind of in the middle of like a rebrand. Like you have people that follow you, but the people that follow you, they don't really buy from you, right? They follow you and they may double tap, but they don't download, right? Those sorts of types of things. So whoever this, y'all know we talked a lot about like colors, images, wording, music choice, all of that stuff. Was that last week or did we talk about that earlier this week? Anyway, we've talked about that during this series and how that attracts your target audience to you. So now the last thing is looking at that content bucket, and we're going to say like, okay, what the audience that I care about, what do they care about? What do they want more information about? What do they have questions about? What are their goals? What are their desires? Okay. And then what do I offer? What's my area of interest? What do I sell? What's my product? What's my service? What do I like to talk about? Let's find a way where this overlaps. Make sense? This has to be, thank you, BPP Cakes. This has to happen. If there is no overlap, you're not going to make money. Listen to what your big cuz Ashley Ann just said. If there is no overlap, you won't make money. You will not. You will not. This is why some of y'all are like, I'm putting content out there and I'm not making money. This is part of the reason you're not making money. And listen to me well. If you're trying to get brand deals, if you're trying to get partnerships, and you don't understand that you need to be tapping into the themes in the series, you're not going to get the brand deals and the partnerships. Right now, y'all know people get on there like, oh, I get brand deals and I pitch. We do teach people how to pitch when they're smaller creators, and you're having to pitch because you're doing UGC jobs, right? But once you get in your vein and you're putting that information out there, I don't pitch. My team can tell you, they look inside of my inboxes and there are constantly people asking me to wear their stuff, use their stuff, review their stuff, consume their stuff. They just want to promote. There are other people in business. They want to promote their business events on my page because they know I have an audience of small business owners, right? And entrepreneurs. Why? Because I'm in my area and I stick to my area. Okay. And y'all are going to have to figure out what this area is. Hey, Costa Rica. And you're going to have to stick to it. Blink, blink, blink. And it has to be an overlap. If there's no overlap, you're not making money. So this is how you make money from your consumers. This is how you make money from potential partners. This is how you make money with brands. Goals, areas of interest, desires, and problems and challenges that the audience is having. And then based on your area of interest or your offer, where does it overlap? Does everyone understand that? If you do not understand this concept right now, baby, you might as well leave today, because there's nothing that I tell you today, you're not going to be able to use it. You may understand the technicality part, but if you don't understand that portion of it, when we're getting into like the psychographical part and the community building part, you're not going to make money. Blink, blink, blink. A light bulb should have went off for some of y'all. For some of you guys, y'all are realizing right now why you haven't turned a penny in social media land. And understand your audience doesn't have to be huge. This is how I have clients that have 1,200 followers, 700 followers, making $10,000, $11,000 a month, because they're tapped into, they understand if they're looking at a Venn diagram where their overlap is equals money. Okay, that's money. That's the basis and the foundation of you building out your cash community. Okay, blinkity, blink, blink, blink. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you for noticing. Thank you, dear. Thank you. I appreciate you for noticing. Yes, I did put effort into my makeup today. I appreciate you for noticing. This is the first time in like a week and a half I had on makeup, child. I just be out here barefaced in the world, okay? But I mean, don't get it twisted. I clean up nice. All right. So next thing, once we get that list and we know where our overlap is, now we are going to start the process of setting up some infrastructure. I need everybody to say infrastructure, 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 infrastructure. Now, I'm not going to take y'all through a complex infrastructure right now, or a business model based infrastructure. Those of you that are coming to Instacoin, I'm going to teach you how to do all that. I'm going to teach you a beginner friendly infrastructure that will help you make money quickly. I'm talking about beginner friendly, like you can set it up tonight before you go to bed if you want to, and start trying to flip some money tomorrow. Infrastructure. Okay. Now, and this is really easy. First thing first, I know some of y'all don't like Google, but Google has the Google Business Suite, and it's going to save you a lot of money. Also, when you initially get a Google account, you tie your Google account to your YouTube. Also, Google comes with free storage. I can't remember what it's up to. It's not that much, but if you start needing like a terabyte, you can get a terabyte of storage from them for $10. Now, if you don't want to use Google, you can use whatever you want to, but Google is pretty much everywhere. Google pretty much integrates with everything. People understand Google. People trust Google. People are very familiar with Google. Is it 50? Okay. Thank you, Asia. Asia said 15 gigabytes is free. Boom. 15 gigabytes is free. And if you need more than that, pay $10. If you don't want to pay $10, you don't want to make no money. Okay? Go argue with your mama, not with me. Blink, blink, blink. Okay? And I hope you guys are not trying to argue with me about today's $16 deal, by the way. If this is turning on the lights right now, you need to click the link in the bio. Clickety click, 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 second button, and get today's $16 deal. It's the Six Figure Biz Builder Bundle. Okay, it's going to take you through the technical part of everything I'm about to tell you today. See, I'm telling you, I'm verbalizing it, but some of you need to see. 98% of people are tacit learners, meaning you learn better when you see and when you do. So I have the videos. You see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? I'm hooking y'all up. I'm telling you, and then boom, $16, you're able to see everything. So you don't have to be like, I don't know how to do it. I got you, baby. Spend $16, and then you're going to know how to do it. Okay? All right. Next thing outside of the Google that you're going to need. On Monday, I think I broke down the difference between the softwares and the tools that you need to make money. You're going to need a payment processor. So this means you have to set up an account with either PayPal or Stripe. And I'm not talking about your regular personal PayPal account that you're using right now. You need the PayPal. You can set up a business account. I think it costs like $30 a month or something like that, where you can process payments. You can set up an account with Stripe. You can do authorize.net. You can do whoever you want to, but you're going to need a payment processor. Okay. So you're going to get you one of those. So we need a Google account. We need storage. We need YouTube, and we need a processor. Everybody got it? And see, this is all things within your grasp, right? These are all things that you can touch. A payment processor, a Google account, a YouTube, and Google, when you get that account, is going to give you some storage. If you need additional storage, but you probably won't for what we're doing right now. But if you need additional storage, you can spend $10 and you can get it. You got to tap the second button, baby. Second button should have today's deal on it. Second, when you click the link in my bio, second button, it takes you over to the birthday info page. And at the top, it'll have like a picture of the Six Figure Biz Builder Bundle. And if you click it, it should take you right on over to get today's $16 deal. If it doesn't work, email customer support and they'll get you a link, okay? All right. Next thing that you're going to need, a payment processor. You need PayPal or Stripe or authorize.net, because when people are, because this is the thing, if you do this right, people are going to be purchasing from you different times of the day, different times of the night. So if someone, let's say someone's scrolling online and they see the content that they see the reel that you put on your page about that, and they say, yeah, I want to click the link in the bio and buy, or they see the post that you put in your story, which I'm about to get to all of that, they're going to say, yeah, I want to buy. Well, if it's 2 a.m. in the morning and you're fast asleep, you're not going to miss a sale, right? If you just told them to click the link in the bio, they'll be able to click and they'll be able to go through your payment processor, and you will wake up to money in your account. So you need a processor. Notice I'm not saying tell people to Cash App you, tell people to Zelle you. You're going to be losing money. Okay. Someone interested in it right now may not be interested in it in an hour. Somebody interested in it right now may not be interested in it in 10 minutes from now. Okay. So yes, you need a payment processor. You have to have a payment processor. All of these are very easy to set up and they're inexpensive. Okay. Next that you're going to need outside of your processor, we need to have, of course, a social media page. Okay, you need a social media page because people need to be able to click the link in your bio and they need to be able to buy. Now, eventually, I'm going to want you guys to build out a tree and stuff, but we're talking about putting yourself in a position where literally you can start making money this weekend. And I understand everybody may not have the technical acumen yet or the design aesthetically to be able to put together the tree and all of that stuff. That does take a little bit more time. Do I want you to do it eventually? So as far as you building a sustainable business or a sustainable, profitable page, yes, but we're just trying to make some money, right? We're trying to make some money expeditiously. So as long as you have the ability to put a link inside of your bio, you will be able to DM this link, or people will be able to click the link and you'll be able to put the link inside of your story so you can make sales. Everybody got it? Okay, everybody got it? We need to have a link in the bio. Now, you don't have to do this step, but okay, sometimes whenever you're using a payment processor and you have like that one product set up, it will give you a really, really, really long link. Y'all have seen those links though, right? It would be like bit.ly. I mean, it would be like kingashland.biz/courses, $16 $deal of the of day / 6 7 11 13 15 5 5 7 3 11 12 65 !/ underscore HTMP. Baby, that's a long link. Okay, so there's this app. It's called Bitly, and you can start using Bitly for free. I think Bitly will give you like 10 links for free. bitly.com. What Bitly does is it creates short links for you, and the short links, you can customize them. So now you can have branded links. So you can tell people, oh, go to bit.ly / playing with Ashley Ann. Go to bit.ly / yellow shirt. Go to bit.ly. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? So when you go to Bitly, bitly.com, bitly.com, and they've been around for a long time, y'all. I've been using them for like over a decade. Okay. You'll take that long link, that Stripe or PayPal or whoever, when you set up this product with your payment processor, it's going to give you a really, really long link. We don't want that in the bio, right? It looks scammy. It looks shady. It makes people uncomfortable. You want something that's easy for people to access, easy, like that you can speak through to get people there. Okay. So you're just going to go to Bitly, and you're gonna be able to create a mask. It's really, really cool. So if you're selling courses on how to do the butterfly in the Tootsie Roll, you can say bit.ly butterfly Tootsie Roll, bit.ly Tootsie Roll today. Y'all understand? You can make it as silly or as serious as you want it, okay? But you just want to make sure it's easy to spell. You want to make sure it's easy to remember, okay? Because you'll take that little bit link, and that's what you'll put inside of your bio. And when you're telling people, you can say, oh yeah, just go to bit.ly, blah, 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 blah. And people can remember it and they can go there. And again, you will be able to make sales, okay? So now, some of you guys, you already have Shopify. Some of y'all already have Stand stores. Some of y'all already have Etsy marketplaces and stuff like that. Y'all already got that. Okay. I'm talking to the people that don't have that yet. If you already have that other infrastructure in place, then use what you already have. Of course, I'm just trying to give people that are new to this, that don't have anything set up yet, a way that they can have things set up so they can make money. Okay. If you are a person that's going to be selling services, you can use an app called Acuity Scheduling, or you can use an app called Calendly. And so they will allow you to tie into like your PayPal or that Stripe account, and people can make payments on those accounts. Okay. And then you can, and they have to pay. They have to pay before they can even book on your calendar. So long story long, if you don't have like the infrastructure set up yet, this is a quick way to be able to have you make money. And then you can spend the next couple weeks behind the scenes building out your more permanent infrastructure. Okay. Because sometimes you need to make money immediately. Okay. Sometimes, baby, sometimes you need to make money right now. Okay. And sometimes in your need to make money quickly because you need to take advantage of an opportunity or a trend, or the fact that the algorithm is pushing your content out appropriately and stuff like that. Sometimes when that's going on, you have to make sure that you can put yourself in position to capitalize on that as soon as possible. Okay. Now, next thing that you're going to need in your infrastructure, y'all remember I told y'all we love a good lead pages or a good landing page. Okay. You remember now, I will say this because a couple of y'all asked me, would I do a workshop on like how to utilize lead pages, right? In Instacoin, we show you how to do all that. Okay. Now, let's say you're just doing a one-time thing. A lot of people don't know this, but Canva has the ability to make web pages. And Canva is a little bit, I would say it's a little bit more user-friendly, a little bit more intuitive if you're just getting started. So that may be an easy alternative for you compared to lead pages. Okay. Now I'm telling y'all, I'm a lead page girl, down in my shine, not through and through. There's not anybody better than them. But I understand that this may not be, a good set for you right now. Maybe you need something quick, and it may be easier for you to work in Canva. So you can do Canva or you can do lead pages. I really don't care. Okay, but we're going to need something to be able to host the content on so that it looks professional. And y'all remember yesterday we talked about perceived value. When there's a high perceived value, people have no problem paying for your stuff. And a part of the perceived value is what people are able to see. Okay, so if you want people to take your business seriously, we need to put a little effort into the front end customer experience that they're having. So even though technically what I'm about to tell y'all, you could put it on a Word document with the links and send it to somebody, you could, but they're not. If let's say you're charging $49.99 for what I'm about to tell y'all. Well, if I spend $50 on something and you just send me you just send me a worksheet and I click the link, you just send me a Word doc and I click the link and go inside of the Google Drive folder, I feel some type of way, right? The presentation is poor. The presentation is poor. So this is why we need to either use the lead pages or the Canva to be able to set things up appropriately so that it helps with the perceived value and you're able to get customers that are going to come back to you over and over and over again because they're like, oh, I see a great amount of value in this product or in this service. Does that make sense? Make sense? Everybody picking up what I'm putting down? Everybody picking up what I'm putting down? And by the way, if you're picking up what I'm putting down and if this is making sense and it's helping you, make sure you click the link in my bio, tap the second button, and that's how you're going to get today's $16 deal, which is the 6-figure biz builder bundle. And it's going to actually show you the technical part of how to set all of this up. Okay. It's going to take you through the process. So you'll be up and running in no time. All right. Now, that's all we need on the infrastructure side. Now, I want you, before I tell you what the video modules and what the content is going to be and how we're going to attract the people that are going to buy, I need you to listen to me on how this is going to be set up. Does everyone have their listening ears on? Does everybody have their listening ears? Y'all know that's how I have to talk to like the littles, okay? With the little kids in my family, are like listening ears, okay? Do we have the listening ears on? Does it work with an MLM? Yeah, baby. I'd help so many people in MLM be like top distributors, top salespeople. Is unreal. MLMs be setting y'all up for failure if I'm telling you the truth. And a lot of social media sites, they don't like MLMs. They actively work against y'all. But that's another story. That's another story, okay? But yeah, there are lots of people that are in several different MLMs. I work with them. They hire me to come in and be their consultant. And once we build their stuff out, they're making money crazy, building their teams like crazy. So yeah, okay? Now, you are going to create a series. You're also going to create a theme. The theme is what your audience is going to see on the front side. So the theme is going to be based off of your series. So the theme is what we're going to see in the stories, in the reels, the carousels, the emails, the timelines. Blink, blink, blink. Okay? We need the theme because the theme is what incentivizes people and encourages people to purchase the series. Everybody got it? So we got a theme. The theme is forward facing. This is what your customers, your followers, and new people see, okay, in the content side. The series is what we're going to sell. Now, if you already have a product or service, then instead of a series, you're just going to sell your product or service, baby, okay? That's all that is. So some people are going to want to do this series because it's going to help them make money. Some of y'all already have a product or service or some type of offer that's already established, but you still need a theme. Okay. So like if you're a commentator or you're just a content creator, maybe you like doing beauty stuff or flowers or real postering things or upcycling or something. And you're like, man, I would never be able to make money from that. Yes, you can. You can build a series around it and you're going to be able to sell without being salesy. Hey, Chris, thank you so much. Does that make sense? So the theme is how we're molding and modeling our content so that it brings us customers to get what? Our series. Now, again, if you already have an offer to sell, well, then you're just going to push people to your existing offer, but you still need the theme. Okay. Now, everybody that already has an existing offer or you don't want to try a series, give me a second so I can tell the people that have the series how they need to have everything set up. Okay. Now, if you're going to do this series, you're going to need to record your videos on YouTube or the Vimeo. Okay. These are going to be live streams that you're going to be doing. The reason I like YouTube is because you can turn around and make that video unlisted. So that is dope because only the people that purchase the program will be able to have the link. I also like recording on YouTube because YouTube integrates with Canva. So you can actually put in the URL of your YouTube video and Canva will find it. So it can show up with the thumbnail on a document. We also like to utilize YouTube because when you put it on YouTube, YouTube gives you an embed code. So if you're using an app like Leadpages, you're able to take that embed code and put it directly on the page. Okay. Now, something else that you can do if you don't want to do YouTube, this is optional. This is a bonus. I use an app called StreamYard. I like StreamYard because I can stream to multiple platforms at one time, right? So when I use StreamYard, it automatically goes to my YouTube, it goes to my Facebook. I can put in the stream key, make it go to Instagram. It's really, really dope. In StreamYard, if you have a paid account, and this is why I'm saying this is an optional bonus. If you have a paid account, it will store your videos. In StreamYard, you'll be able to get an embed code and all of that stuff. Does that make sense? So long story long, we need to make sure that this video is somewhere where we can pull a link or an embed code from it. Because remember, we need things to look nice on the front end for our customers. Okay. The next thing you're going to do every day when you finish one of these videos, a part of your series, you're going to download the video and you're going to put a backup copy in your Google Drive. Why? Because stuff happens. You should never be out here with content that makes money for you and only have it in one place. So we're going to take that video and we're going to put it inside of Google Drive. And because there may come a time that through Leadpages, right? Or we may need to make a cute little graphic on Canva and we can link people to that video inside of the Google Drive. So now you have the forward-facing copy and you have your back of the house copy. Make sense? Everybody picking up what I'm putting down? So you're covered all the way around. If you want to take it a step further, get you an external hard drive and put the videos there too. All right? Now, you're going to create a thumbnail for every video in the series. Every one series in here is going to be somewhere in between 6 and 10 parts. Because now you're able to say, oh, I have 6 hours of training, 10 hours of training, 5 hours of training is what you get. So you're going to be in between 6 and 10 parts. Okay. And you're going to need a thumbnail for every single one of them. Yeah, StreamYard will give you an embed code and YouTube will give you an embed code. Both of them will. Both of them will. And it's very important because, again, remember, we want the front of this to look good. We want it to be a positive experience for people that are purchasing. Okay. Now, you're going to take your Leadpages, or if you're using Canva, and you're going to add in an image, or you can add in the video player, and you can put your little thumbnail there. And then you're going to add in a little text box, and you're going to put a title. And it's going to say part 1. And the next video is going to say part 2, and it's going to be a little topic with what it covers. And then the next video, part 3, part 4, y'all get where I'm going, right? So imagine if somebody purchases a product from you, right? They get the email and it has a link. They go over to this beautiful dashboard that's created inside of Leadpages or Canva that you can create just like that. Again, get the $16 deal is going to walk you through the technical part. They go through this beautiful, they go to this beautiful dashboard and they're able to click a link and the video opens up and starts playing. You have just created a high quality product. Also on the front end, because you're teaching it live, you're building up new followers and new customers that you're attracting to you because you're staying in this series for a week or 2 weeks. So now you got time to get the word out and for more people to come and join in. Blink, blink, blink. Don't say I don't love you. Don't say I don't. Who colder than me? Who out here putting y'all on like this? Nobody. Where they at? Nowhere. Nowhere. Who out here putting y'all on like this? Stop playing with me. Nobody. Nobody. That's why I don't understand why it's not like 3,000 people in here right now. Bleeding, bleed, bleed, bleed. So now, right? So now you have a product, and guess what's cool? When you get to the end of the series, you can say, hey, did everybody enjoy everything that you learned over the past week? Or did everybody enjoy everything that you learned over the past 2 weeks? And people are going to say, yeah. Did any of you guys miss any of the sessions? People are going to say, yeah, I just learned about you yesterday. I just learned about you 3 days ago. Well, guess what? If you click the link in my bio, you can get this whole entire series for only $49.97. You get 8 videos that cover this topic, this topic, this topic, this topic, this topic, this topic, this topic. And they show you how to do XYZ element of P. Blinkety blink, blink, blink. You may need to clear your cache, Sailor. I don't know, because I went and clicked the link in my bio and I see the $16 deal. I see the 6-figure biz builder bundle. Is there when I click the link. I don't know. As I said, you can email customer support, but I clicked it and it went. It says $16, and then the $397 is marked out because that's what it normally costs. And it says 15-part video series. It is there. There's a big timer on the page and everything. So I'm not sure, girl. I'm not sure. But when I click the photo, it takes me right over to the 6-figure biz builder bundle. So you may need to clear your cache. I don't know. But like I said, you can email customer support. That's anybody. If you're trying to get the deal and for some reason it's rerouting you to yesterday's deal. But when I click on it on the front side, it shows. It goes over. Okay. Now, next thing next. Alicia says she grabbed her bundle from the YouTube link. Worked fine as well. Good. Thank you, Alicia. Thank you for letting me know that. Okay. So next thing next. Once we have set this up, and remember, y'all, you have to have a payment processor because how are you going to get the money in your account? So when people click the link, it's going to go to PayPal or Stripe or Authorize.net, whoever you set up for a payment processor. They're going to put in their card information. A magical $16 is going to show up in your account, or $49 or $97, however much you're selling this for, is going to show up in your account. Okay? It's going to show up in your account. So what you have to do now, because you don't have automation set up yet, now some of y'all, you already fool with me. Okay, now if you're coming in Instacorn Academy, I'm going to show you how to automate all this. But if you don't have the automation set up, you're going to have to put a reminder in your phone, and every day at 4 o'clock or every day at 2 p.m. or every day at noon or midnight or whatever, you're going to have to get in. You're going to have to check your new sales, and you're going to email all those people the links to the product. You're going to have an email pre-typed up like a template, and you're just going to go in there and put their name in there, and you're going to send them an email with the link. Okay? Just like that. Just like that. That's what it's going to do. That's what it's going to do. Okay? So now, I know some of y'all like, girl, well, what am I going to do a series about? I'm finna tell you. I would never bring you out here and leave you hanging. Oh, the other part too, you're going to use Canva to create your thumbnail or your graphic, okay? Normally, you're just going to pick the same thumbnail. You're going to make a beautiful cover. It'll have like part 1 through, however many parts you have, and it'll have the topic on there, and that's going to be the thumbnail. Now, the cool thing about StreamYard and YouTube is that you can pre-schedule your streams. Like if you're going to be like me, like, oh, I'm going live every night at 6 o'clock, you're going live at the same time, you can schedule the streams with the titles, and you can upload the thumbnail. So when the video finishes, it's already going to have the thumbnail on it, the cover. So you don't have to do anything at that point except for just get the embed code and stick it on the page. That's all you have to do. So anyway, long story long. Now, we're going to go through the following questions. Why do we need to go through these questions? Because the questions are what's going to give you a series that people feel like they're willing to spend their money on. Okay? Thank you, Gerald. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Rochelle. Hey, girl, hey. That's literally, that's all this is. Okay? Now, again, shout out to everybody that's trying to get the $16 deal. I don't know why for some of y'all are saying $97, but literally when you click the link in my bio and you tap the second button, There's a big picture. It says 15-part series, Biz Builder Bundle. You click the picture and it takes you right on over. So I don't know. Baby, I don't know. KingAshleyN.biz/birthday-2025. That's the URL. But it's in my tree. I went and I looked. Hold on, let me see. Y'all can DM me too, and I'll try and get y'all the links before 5:59 tomorrow. It says they have to scroll down to the green button that says deals. Okay, Z Jewelers official says they have to. She says y'all got to scroll down to the green button that says deals. Yeah, over here on YouTube, they're saying they got it too. So I don't know. It said don't click the button. It said, yeah, I keep telling people the second button. So basically, we got people not listening, not following directions. See, y'all really, that's why y'all need this video, because y'all need to watch over and over and over and over. That's why y'all need the $16 deal. Okay. Anyway, questions that you're going to ask. First thing first, what are the actual desires and goals that your audience wants? And remember, this does not have to be complex. So let's say let's say I love to go to like swap meets and stuff, and I like to buy stuff and refurb it and make it new. Or maybe I like to go through my house and I like to upcycle things, right? And use it again. Maybe that's what I like to do. Maybe that's what I like to do. I don't know, Mecca. You got to email customer support girl or send me a DM, because there are several other people that are saying it's $16 for them. Maybe y'all need to clear your cache or your cookies. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know why some of y'all is saying $16 and some of y'all is saying $97. I'm not sure. $97 though is the deal from yesterday, because yesterday was $16 and immediately at 6 o'clock their price went up to $97. So that's probably yesterday's deal. But if you click the second button, I went and I clicked it. You shouldn't be on my website. You should be in my tree. I told everybody to click the link in my bio, tap the second button, and there's a big picture of the $16 deal today, and you click the picture. So I don't know. I don't know. You can screenshot it. You do whatever you want to. They over here in TikTok too saying they clicking the second button and they getting $16. So I don't know. I don't know. The only thing I say is clear your cache or clear your cookies. You can send me a screenshot or whatever you want to, but it's not gonna help anything because literally it's in the tree. I don't know. I don't know what to say. You said you keep trying to use logic with these folks. But baby, people don't be following directions, okay? People do not be following directions. I be telling them. They said stop interrupting our teacher. Facts, okay? Facts. Stop interrupting me, okay? Facts. Stop interrupting me, okay? So let's say in my example, I'm an upcycler, meaning I take stuff that's in my house already, and instead of going to spend money on new stuff, I'm like, I can look at things and turn them into other stuff, right? And I can make them more valuable. And other people would like to be able to do this, where I can create a series around that. So what's the goal? What's the desire? People want their homes to look beautiful. They want them to look more expensive. They want to be able to make their homes look more expensive, but they want it to be inexpensive, right? And they would like to use things that they already have around the house. You see what I'm saying? Those are your desires. Just like that. Those are your desires. So when you're thinking about the desire or the goal of your person, of your customer, don't try and make it complicated. It doesn't have to be some life-changing, experience. It's just like, no, this is what I would like to do. Somebody show me how to do it. Instagram, y'all know my timer is about to turn off. So I'm about to turn Instagram off and I'm about to come right back on. Okay. And everybody's trying to get the $16 deal, baby. I hope you get it. I don't know. That is so weird. I have no idea why some of y'all are able to get to it and some people are having trouble with it. I don't know. Okay. But shout out to everybody that's getting a $16 deal on. And y'all, make sure y'all share, invite. And also, if you are loving this, and if you know you want to keep learning from me, you want to keep earning with me, that you need to join Instacoin Academy on Friday. Why? Because on Friday, Instacoin Academy is only going to be $1,600 instead of $23,979, right? Why would you pay $24,000 for a program if I'm like, boom, I can get you in for $1,600? And y'all know Instacoin Academy has never been 16 anything. Never, not since its inception. But this is only for 40 people. That's the catch. Okay, that's the catch. It's only for 40 people. It is first come, first serve. Okay. Y'all was asking me about the options. Buy now, pay later will be available. Affirm, Afterpay, Sezzle will be available. And if for some reason you have bad credit or you have no credit, you can utilize the FlexPay, and that will allow you to do monthly installments. And you'll get access to the program. But if you don't pay me, I'm gonna put your face out. Blink, blink, blink. Don't do me like that. Y'all got a habit of people that are nice and kind and stuff like that, and people that look out for you. Y'all be like, oh, that'd be easy. No, don't screw me over. Don't screw the person over to take care of you. That's foul. Okay. So, and if you want the opportunity to make sure you get one of your 40 spots, text me, because everyone that's in my Commas Club, aka my text list, they will get a little opportunity. Could be an hour before, could be 10 minutes before, could be the day before, it could be tonight. You never know, but they'll have the opportunity to get in before everybody else. So click the link in the bio. Underneath that video, my phone number is right there. You text your name and to my number, okay? Just like that. Thank you for noticing, Catalina. I appreciate it. Okay? All right. Now, after we figure out their desires, the next thing we have to be able to list is how our series is going to benefit them, aka what they will learn. Okay, that's the whole. What will you learn? What will you gain from this? How is this going to benefit you? How is this going to change your life? And is it going to save you time? Is it going to save you money? Are you going to learn like tools and tips? Are they going to learn softwares? Are they gonna see something that they've never seen before? Are they going to get tutorials? Are they going to get a list, you know what I mean, of people that will instantly approve them? Whatever it is, we need to make a list of what you're going to get. Why do you need this list of what you're going to get? One is going to be the first part of your series, because all series should have an introduction. But number two, this is also the information you need to put on the info page, so when people go to purchase, they know what they're purchasing. Blink, blink, blink. Okay. Third thing, after we've answered what do people get or what's the benefit from them, we know what their desire is. Now, what are the common mistakes? What are the mistakes that people make? So in my little upcycling example, or I use myself as an example, what are the mistakes that people make when they're trying to build a business? One, they ask the wrong people for information. Number two common mistake, they don't understand that they need to market or how to market. Number three, they're using the wrong softwares, right? Number four, they don't have a strategy. Number five, they don't choose a proper niche. Number six, they have messaging issues. You see what I'm saying? I can go all day on common mistakes I be seeing from y'all. Number seven, you're inconsistent. And because you're not putting up content, now the app punishes you because you didn't produce something. Okay. We can go on and on and on and on and on. All right. But you should be able to rattle off common mistakes. If I'm doing a little upcycling example, I give it like common mistakes: not having sandpaper, not having enough cardboard or visqueen to cover your surfaces so you don't damage anything in your house, using the wrong paint, not having the right finish, not giving things enough time to dry. You see what I'm saying? Using the wrong brush. Okay, you can go, it does not matter what it is, y'all. There's always some common mistakes or common challenges that people are having pertaining to or concerning that thing. Always. So we're gonna list those on out. The next thing, okay, are there any specific terms, definitions, tools, or supplies that are specific to your series? The answer is yes. Is yes. It doesn't matter what you do. I promise you, there's always some industry specific terms or jargon. There's always some type of tool, whether it's physical or virtual. There's always some type of technique or something that people need to know about. Always, always. So we're going to get all of that nice and formatted. Okay. And we're writing this down. Next question you need to be able to answer. What are the steps to get someone from the beginning to the end where they would like to be? What are the steps in the process? Now, normally the steps may take 2 or 3 days for you to go through those, especially if you're the type of person that needs to do a tutorial so that people can actually see something. So, there's no right or wrong. You may get through all the steps in one day, but most of y'all is going to take you 2 or 3 days to get through the steps and cover them accurately so that someone would be able to get results. So this may be where you bring something on screen and you're like, okay, you guys, we're going to do XYZ together. Do you have this? Do you have that? You go through the little checklist with them. And now we're going to start the process. We're going to stop. We're going to explain. We're going to break things down. Okay. It does not matter what it is. I'm telling you, there's some steps. You can verbalize them. You can make sure they're visualized for people. Doesn't matter. But we're going to go through some steps. Y'all, I think I got a bite on my toe while I was outside. I was down in the country today in the grass in a pair of heels, open toe heels. And I think a little critter bit me on my toe. Next question that we need to answer. Okay. Next question we need to answer. How to correct or rebound when someone makes a mistake. Because it's going to happen. Think about the first time you did something. You made a mistake. You messed something up. It happens. Okay. That happens for all of us. So literally, what is a mistake? That people make? How do we rebound? How do we correct it? What's our next step? What do we do? You know what I mean? So that way people know how to get that thing fixed. Okay. Then the next question that you need to ask, and this is the last one, what's next? Right. So after people finish, after they get to their desired state, after they've hit this goal, whatever it is, what is next? Okay. What's next? That's it. So if you're going through that way, right, we got the introduction, and the introduction is going to cover what people get, what they're going to learn, how this is going to benefit them, why they need it. Your second part of your video is you're going to start going through common mistakes or challenges that experience, and you're going to let people know, hey, I'm going to help you get through those, right? Your third video is where you're going to start doing your terms, definitions, supplies, tools, any of those types of lists. Okay, that's your third one. Your fourth, this could be 4th through 6th, depending on how many steps it is in the process or what you want to show people. That's going to be up to you how you want to take your time going through this with your customers. So that's going to be either videos. They could be video number 4. It could be videos 4, 5. It could be videos 4, 5, and 6. Okay, all of y'all are doing different stuff, but normally 3 videos it get you through whatever it needs to be. Okay. Then your next video after that is going to be, if we make a mistake or when we make a misstep, how do we correct it? That's going to be the next video. So corrections, rebounds, what people need to do. And then final video is what's next. Boom. Now, if you're going through, and I'll be honest, y'all, your terms and definitions and tools, for some of y'all, that could be 2 videos too, depending on if you're doing foundational training or not. A lot of times when you do foundational training, you have to do a lot of explanation because it's people's first introduction. Blink, blink, blink. You got a product. And when you put it in the package I told you to put it in, now you have a highly valuable product. And some of you guys, that will turn it, instead of it being a series, that's a mini course. So you teach it as a series through the live. Now you have a mini course. If it's a mini course, well, now we can charge anywhere from $50 to $200 for it, depending on what it is. If it's something that's a bit more ostentatious, okay, and it's something that's very, very lucrative in the market, you may be able to charge $400 or $500, $600 for the mini course. And people are going to be happy to do it because you've put it in a professional package and you covered everything they needed. Blinkety, blink, blink, blink. Now, if that made the light bulbs in your brain go off, if they help you say, yeah, girl, okay. And again, you want to click the link in the bio and get today's $16 deal. And you better try and get one of those spots on Friday for $40. Because y'all know y'all have never been to anyone's stream and they came on back to 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 back every day for 2 weeks, getting on here, giving you hot fire like Dylan, giving you no fluff, actually telling you what to do, telling you what to use, dropping names, dropping links, and taking you through the process. Stop playing with me. This is why people come inside of my Instacorn Academy and they make money. This is why people work with me one-to-one and they make a lot of money. Okay, I don't be playing. I'm going to get you what you need. Okay, so you want to get in $1,600 instead of $24,000. That's what you want to do. Okay, but in the meantime, get today's $16 deal. And if you can't get into Instacoin Dollar for $1,600, baby, you better be buying up all the $16 deals. What's wrong with you? Okay, because you need the information. Now, next, because we're not done yet. There's something else we got to do. There's an opportunity for you to make some more money. Everybody put dollar signs in the chat. Yes, that's an opportunity for you to make more money, more money, more money, more money. Y'all want to know what it is? You can create a workbook or a companion guide to go with your video series. And if you got Canva, the way I told you to get Big Canva, okay? And some of y'all that came into my digital product creation 101 workshop a month ago, you already know. I took you step by step how to even use the AI to be able to create this. So now you can take your outline of your series and what you covered, and you can make a workbook. And if you use GPT, you can put the information in and it'll talk to Canva and it'll make the workbook for you. And all you got to do is go format how it looks and what pictures you want on it. You're welcome. And because you got a workbook and a companion guide, what does that create? An order bump or an after sale. So after people purchase from you, you can say, hey, there's a workbook to go with this. If you would like to buy it, click here. When people log into the dashboard, you can say, would you like the workbook or the companion guide? And they can bloop, and they can buy it. Okay. This is realistically how I have clients who have no products, and we pick their niche and we're able to get them in a position where they're doing $1,000 a week. This is how we do it. Now, the other part is, remember, there's a theme that's happening during the week. And the theme is what drives the sales to your series. It's also what drives the traffic or the people to your series. So you're going to make sure at least once a day, you're putting up something in the stories, something on your reels, something on your timeline that is related to this series. They have to correlate. You're going to make sure that you put the proper hashtags inside of there. And you also want to make sure that you're sending an email. Now, inside of your stories, this is on TikTok, on Instagram, and on YouTube. You can put links in your stories and people don't know this. Remember I told y'all about that bit link when we started the training today? You're going to take that bit link and you will put it in your stories. And if you want to add a countdown timer, you'll say, hey, you can get this 10-part series, 15-part series, 12-part series, 6-part series, whatever you want to be, you put it in the story and people can tap the link and they can buy. So now you're making sales from your stories. And normally what I like to tell people when I'm doing content like on my timeline, I normally would ask people to DM me a certain word or a certain phrase. And then when y'all DM me, what do? I'll give you the link back. Okay, I say, oh, here's the link to buy, blah, 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 blah. You have any other questions? XYZ, element of P. So that's how I'm selling on the front end through my page, okay? So I'm using the timeline to say, DM me a keyword. People DM me the word. I give them the link. If they have questions about the product, they go ahead and they buy. In the stories, I don't have to talk to anybody. People just see the stories because they're up for 24 hours. They click and they buy. In the emails, you don't have to speak to anybody. I put very specific helpful information that correlates with my series inside of the emails. So now I'm giving you helpful information on top of helpful information. I give a reminder of what time I'm going to be live, and there's a link. And so now every time I send an email, I'm making money as well. Blink, blink, blink. Okay. I've just given you guys the rundown of how you get on an app with a brand new account and you choose what I tell y'all about the overlap. You're going to choose what your audience cares about, And you're also going to see what correlates with your product or offer. Where those two things overlap, that is how you make money. You're going to create a series. You're going to build themed content around your series. You're going to package the series the way that I told you through either Canva or your lead pages. You're going to use your StreamYard or your YouTube, so that way you have videos with embed codes that you can add to those pages. You're going to use your Canva for the cover, and then you're also going to use a payment processor so that people can actually purchase from you. That's it. That's how it works. You are welcome. If that has helped you tonight, if the light bulbs have come on, you're going to make sure that you click the link in my bio and that you text Ashley Ann to my phone number. My phone number is in there. I can't say it. If I say it, TikTok is going to banana me. But when y'all look in my bio, there's a little video that talks about the birthday celebration. And underneath there, there's a phone number. Text me, because you need to be inside of Instacorn Academy. I do stuff like this all the time inside of there. They have all kinds of modules and trainings and stuff that you all will never have access to because they're pay $99. And for those of you that don't know, my birthday is Friday. My birthday is Friday. And at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, I will open up 40 spots to my Instacorn Academy. Instacorn Academy is the #1 social media monetization program in the country. We also have the receipts to prove it. Y'all saw Dr. Derica came in here. Dr. Derica Harwell came in here yesterday, and she told y'all, she said, Ashley Ann is the reason I'm doing 7 figures. I have a lot of y'all's favorites. I'm the woman behind the curtain. I'm their consultant, their coach. I help them create products, courses, classes, infrastructure, all of that stuff. A lot of them, when they came to me, they had no idea how any of this stuff worked, and we helped them get it together. I've helped almost 900 people create 6-figure incomes. 182 of my clients have done $1 million in under 12 months, and I have 5 clients right now that make over $10 million a year. And my average client that comes through Instacoin does in between $75,000 and $80,000 after coming through the program. So if you know, okay, that Instacoin is for you, you need to bounce up in there on my birthday, which is this Friday at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. I will have 40 spots, 40 sales spots available. My birthday is May 16th, and 40 of you guys will be able to join for $1,600 instead of the regular $797 rate. It normally costs $23,797 to join Instacorn Academy, and 40 of you guys will be able to get in for just $1,600 on Friday. It is first come, it is first serve. Blink, blink, blink. All right, y'all, let's do Q&A for today. Let me put this down right here. Let's do Q&A for today. We'll do Q&A for about 15 or 20 minutes. Y'all know the drill. Pop up, ask whatever question you have. Let's see if we can get the box open. Did you guys find today useful? Yes. Hold on. If you're in Facebook and Instagram, let me get y'all the backstage link. I say Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube. My bad. If you're in Instagram, you got to put your question either in the question queue or in the comments. It let me, what was that? Was that Tuesday, y'all? No, it wasn't Tuesday. That was yesterday. Maybe Monday or Sunday. Instagram was working when people tried to request up in the box. So you can try and request up to if you want to like cam up. It was working that day, but Instagram has been finicky lately with the video request feature. So like I said, if you're watching me on the gram, either put your question in the queue or just put it in the comments. And if I miss it, just keep reposting it, because I'm a simulcaster. So I'm on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok all at one time right now. So I'm looking at multiple screens at once. So I miss some of y'all's comments when you put them there sometimes. Let's see. You said you registered, but you didn't get a text today. The text went out. Did you complete your registration? Because if you don't complete your registration, the FTC will not allow me to text you. They won't go through. You have to complete your registration. Also, if you're with T-Mobile, T-Mobile does something weird. Y'all have to actually call into T-Mobile and say like, yes, I want to get text from this woman. T-Mobile. So if you have T-Mobile, you got to call them, or they won't let you get my text. Do you have a program to help with sales funnel? I already have a course, but not much sales. Braids by Stacy, Instacorn Academy shows people how to build a sales funnel. Also, I have a more intense program. People work with me one-to-one. It's a program called KE Cohort, and I meet with those clients every Tuesday. And we also have individual one-to-one sessions. And so they get help with the sales funnel. They also get help with the marketing plan, and they get help with their sales strategy. Because you have to remember, just because you have a funnel, if you can't get the traffic to the funnel, your funnel's not going to work. It's like a hammer. If you have a hammer and that hammer is just laying there on the floor, or that hammer is just in your toolbox, the nail isn't magically going to drive itself right through the board or through the wood. So, and a lot of people, thank you for asking that. I'm going to go, not a tangent, but I just need y'all to understand this. We have people that come to us all the time. They have spent $15,000, $20,000 for sales funnels. And they're like, yeah, I spent all this money on the funnel and the funnel's not working. And I'm like, no, the funnel is not the problem, it's you. They're like, what? I'm like, you have to get the traffic to the funnel, right? And more specifically, it has to be targeted traffic. The funnel may be operating perfectly fine, but if you're not good at the campaigns and at the marketing and your messaging to talk to the right group of people, the funnel's not going to do anything. The same way, if you have a hammer in the toolbox and it's just sitting there's not going to be any nails driven, you know what I mean, driven through the wood. There's no nails through the 2x4 because the hammer's in the toolbox instead of someone picking it up and using it properly. So if you want more like hands-on, and you want one-to-ones, and you want like custom plans and stuff like that, and custom campaigns, you should come into KE Cohort. That's more affordable for people than the continuous coins. My clients that come into continuous coins, they're paying me like $200,000 a year to work with me in there. And most people don't have that. So KE Cohort is way more affordable, and that's a good option for that. And then if you just need to learn how to build it, come into Instacorn Academy. You also can pay us to build it, but we charge $15,000 a funnel. So if you got 15 bands and you want us to build the funnel, we'll do it. I mean, a lot of people pay us. We build their funnel, and we will do their ad setup initially, because a lot of people suck at making the initial audiences. So we'll build out the test audiences, and we do the custom audiences for our clients. We'll do the pixels on their pages, and we'll set up the account so it actually tracks the conversions, because a lot of people don't know how to do that. So yeah. Yeah, the virtual birthday party is only on BIGO, Jewel. What's tomorrow's topic? Tomorrow's topic is about the funnel. It's about the funnel, and more specifically, like what's the difference between a bad funnel and a good funnel, and what needs to be included. To totally unrelated, but deets on the lip combo. This is just like a regular chocolate brown lip liner, and then I put like a cocoa brown on it because I need the cocoa brown to soften up the chocolate because of my skin hue or whatever. And then it's Urban Decay. I can't remember the color. It's an Urban Decay lipstick though. It's like one of their neutrals I've had for a long time. And I just have like this old peppermint lip gloss that I bought from the hair store for like $3.99 on top of it. And it gives me, I get so many compliments when I wear this. This comes like a regular lip combo for me, but yeah. You said it's fire. Thank you. What's your question, Def?
Yes. Okay. So I have a beauty company, and my prices, they start from anywhere from like $9 and go all the way up to like $120 of my products. But I'm releasing a like a luxury facial serum. And so being that it had more high quality ingredients, I've come up based off of what we did last night with the pricing. I have scratched that. It was a lower price. I was kind of cheating myself. So now it's being, the price is like $59 for that facial serum. And I wanted to know.
That's not in the luxury price, and that's still in the low price, boo.
You think so?
Okay. Yeah. No, luxury serums start at like $500 and go up.
Okay.
Yeah, like, have you ever bought anything from La Mer?
No, because I've always made my own thing.
Girl, La Mer, a moisturizer at La Mer is $700.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, like okay. It's like for $56 is like a step above Olay at the grocery store, and for overnight cream with retinol at Olay is like what, like $44, $42 or something like that right now. Yes. If you went to get it in Kroger, so $56 is not in the luxury price point at all. I thought you were gonna tell me it's like thought you were gonna tell me it's like $500 or something.
Oh
No,
no, So it's
no.
okay. And that was my question. Like, I didn't know if it would be if I'm able to bring that type of product under my company with with the products that I have, or would it be
Thank you,
like
thank you,
it
BPP
would,
cakes. I'm
huh?
listening. I'm listening to you. She just sent me a gift and it put like a straw in a drink in
Yes,
my
it
mouth
did.
and
I
it filled it
saw it.
up.
I was trying to fight it back. So I wasn't sure if like people would look at the other products like the body butters and stuff, and then look at I didn't want to
No,
come
I
up with
mean
something to get people.
anybody that's used to doing skincare, especially on their
Yes.
face, when we get into like serums, creams, anti-aging stuff, moisturizing masks, all that stuff, you just kind of know what it costs. Like there's a
Okay.
company that I've tried so many different toners, but nobody's works better than this one that I buy from this company out of Italy. And some people think I'm
Mm-hmm.
insane because I pay $80 for a toner. They're like, oh, you can
Mm-hmm.
get a toner for $14. They don't work like that one.
Right. Right.
Also, if I don't make my rose oil, my own rose oil, I purchase rose oil from them. The rose oil is like $120 and I'm gonna pay it
Mm-hmm.
because my skin looks phenomenal.
Yes.
Yeah, I have
Absolutely.
my skin looks great. If I like I have my roses are blooming right now, so I can go get my roses and start the process of making my oil. But even when I make my own rose oil, it takes like 8 weeks to make a batch.
Yes.
So yeah, sometimes you run out. But anyway, so and I'll be honest, like $120 for like a vitamin oil, you know what I'm saying, for your face. Some people may feel like
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot, but it's not because I'm telling you, when you get into the beauty skincare world, a lot of stuff is 300, 400, 600, 800. Some they have eye creams, they're like $1,000. And then you have to remember, like when you look at a brand like Drunk Elephant or something like that, look at how
Yeah.
much they're charging for that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. And see,
They
I was
want to
the
know,
one
they
that
want to know what's the name of your company.
Prism District Beauty.
She said Prism District Beauty, y'all.
And I was the one that reached out to when I was under the post and you followed me. I was the black beekeeper.
Okay, yay!
Yeah.
I love
And
these.
so, and that's another thing because like my honey, I put my own honey in my products.
That's dope. That's really
Yeah.
dope. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I wanted to know. I'm good. So hopefully I can get into Instacoin.
Hopefully, girl, try and get one of them spots. Like it
I
is.
will. But thank you, and thank you for this week. It's been such a pleasure too, because I've learned so much.
Good. That makes me happy. That's what I want to hear. Hey, Janice Place. Hey, baby doll.
And
Thank you for
I
my
was the
roses.
one, and just so people know online, I was the one who was able to pay my house off. They had you crying that night.
Yes, y'all. Wait,
Yeah.
wait. Tell the people again. Wait, let me record because So what she came up here, y'all, and told me. Gail goes into telling the story about how she like got into the programs, come to the stuff, and she was able to make enough money to pay her house off. But she just does it unexpectedly one night when we in here. I wasn't even ready. Like I need a receipt, okay?
I know. I got to get those to you. Yes, I do.
Tell the people I got my phone. I'm ready for you today.
Yes. I will go and tell my quick story. So I am a disabled veteran. I launched my business in 2020. The sales had been coming. Some months were good. Some months were just, they were okay. But hey, a little bit of progress is better than none at all. So I would just keep trying it. So I would get free courses. I went through all of your free courses. And the thing is that I want people to understand, don't just get the course and just, because it works as much as you do.
Mm-hmm.
So if you apply the course and you will go through and do the course like it's intended to do, is very self-explanatory, and apply those courses, then I started paying more money for higher ticketed items. I came to your conference. I learned so much at your conference in North Carolina. I am like a big old Ashley stan, because whatever you tell us to do, we do it, and you will see the benefits of it. And so I just kept applying. I got so many notebooks, y'all. It's crazy. My cats be knocking them over and stuff. My fiance's parents just bought me a tiny home to run my business out of.
Oh, so that's wonderful.
Yeah, thank you. So it's being built now. And it's just, I know that it's because of what you've been able to help me do, because one minute I was just doing like my little body kits. I might have had 5 in a month. Now I'm turning out like 50 in a week. and I can't keep turmeric in fast enough. Like as soon as they get made, they're shipping out, and they're like, when is the next products coming? When are the next products coming? And now I'm up to 53 products. I've never had an investor. I started my business with $150 and a laptop that most of the buttons was missing on. So if I can do it, anybody can do it. And what I would do, I went back to doing hair, and I would just do a hair client, and I put that money right back in my business because I believe in myself more than anybody.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, and this week has been like so tough on me because I'm trying to break generational curses. Mm-hmm. And something just told me to go buy my grandfather's land one day. And I found out that somebody in a whole nother state bought my grandfather's land, and my aunt let it go for $9,000. Oh. She let the land go. And I've been so disturbed by it. And not to put my family business out there, but so I took a leap of faith. I called the guy that actually owns the land, and he wants to sell it back to me for $300,000 because he knows the value in it. We had a river on the back. I'm from the country. It was farmland. It was 15 acres. And so after more talking, I found out who his wife was on social media, and I called her up. She told me, baby, I will go ahead. We'll sell that land back to you for what we bought it for. So I closed on it on the 23rd.
God is good. God is good.
Yes, because I was so devastated because my grandfather's not here. My mom is no longer here. She passed away when she turned 40. And since she passed away, I live every day like it's my last because I outlived my mom. Mm-hmm. And I just try to do everything I can to kind of keep our family, the legacy going. And, and it's just so hard because it's like I'm working against the rest of my family. They feel like, oh, you think you're better than us? And I'm like, no, I just want a place where the kids can go back home and be like, you know what? This is what my grandfather, he got an old army barrack for his children, and he raised 13 kids in that home, and it was a farm. And I remember cutting sugar cane with him. Like all of those memories were gone, and I couldn't take that. And I am so happy to just get that back.
I'm happy for you. I'm proud of
you. Thank you.
But look at that, y'all. Okay, sales went from 5 a month to over 50 a week. She done paid off her house. She done got her family's land back, but she put in the work. That's one thing I'm gonna say. My clients that make money, they put in the work. So y'all know I don't sell dreams. I tell the truth, and it works against me because people that are out here selling dreams. They make more money than me because they get out here and they lie. But unfortunately, y'all go into their programs and then y'all come back over here to me once you find out that it was, a bunch of BS. Okay. If you work and you're consistent, you will get results. I have so many clients in here in the chat right now, and they will tell you it works if you work it. You just got to be willing to do the work.
Yeah. And one thing I did, this was so crazy. This was earlier part of last year. I went to Target. And this was before the DEI stuff, y'all. This is way before that.
Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna say, girl, get out of Target.
Yes. So I went to Target because I'm a visual thinker, so I wanted to imagine what my hair care products would look like on the aisle, to see what colors were out there, because I've been learning about like the psychology behind all the colors and the brands and stuff. And so this lady is at the end of the aisle and she keeps looking at me. She's like, are you married? I said, no, ma'am, I'm not. She's like, I have the perfect guy out there in the truck for you. And I thought this lady was like maybe a trafficker or something because I wasn't sure. And so she's walking out when I walk out. She was like, this is my son. And she told him to get out. And 2 months ago, that guy proposed to me. And we are getting married.
Look, you got the mama approved it. You in there, okay? Yeah. When the mama was like, it's her. But let me tell you this. I tell people this all the time. Like, if you're a man or a woman and you're looking for your partner and you're single, you literally never know. You know what I'm saying? And y'all know I tell y'all that story all the time. I was on that flight and I'm talking to the guy and he's like, oh, are you single? And this is years ago, the time I was. And he was like, oh, he's like, do you think this guy's handsome? He's like, this is my son. His son was very handsome, very nice.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, my son will love you. And he was like, I think you guys would be a great fit. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
me and the son went out on a couple dates, all of that. I wasn't really willing to relocate, but long story long, a lot of siblings, parents, stuff like that, they're out there looking they out there looking for their daughter-in-laws and son-in-laws. So so you never know, you know what I mean, where you will find your connection at. So that's all I'm saying, y'all. Like having that network, being in the right place, and then making sure that you got yourself together when you go outside.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I just want to thank you, and thank you guys so much. I'm seeing all the comments. Thank you guys so much. It was so crazy because I was like, oh gosh, this lady, she might be crazy, but she was like, no, and they've been so loving to me. So I'm so grateful because, like I said, I was 19 when my mom passed, so I didn't have that woman figure in my life, and so it was just amazing. But I see you got other people popping up, so thank you so much for everything.
Thank you.
Yep. So talk to you later.
Yes, girl. Go get them sales ready.
Yes. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, y'all. So let's see. Questions. I think I got time for one or two more questions before I gotta scram. You love this. I'm glad you love this. What's the name again? Prism Beauty. And then her handle name on TikTok is _so_ DEFF. So y'all can find her over there. Do you have a YouTube? I don't know if she has a YouTube. I know she got a TikTok though. I don't know if she has a YouTube. Do you have a YouTube, Dev? Is it Prism District Beauty on YouTube or I'm So Deaf on YouTube? She said no, she don't have a YouTube yet. She said she's setting it up. Are you gonna set it up under Prism District Beauty, or are you gonna set it up under I'm So Deaf? You said definitely true. Mother told me she was a perfect wife for her son. Didn't work, but much love. Yeah, you would be surprised at how many people they'd be like, oh, that looks like a great partner for my child. Mrs. Creative Souls, what's your question? Y'all need to take a little vitamin C. I think I got some pollen or something, a little stuffy. Hey, Mrs. Creative Souls. You come on back up. The noise of the keys or whatever they's doing rolling around. Y'all, I got cussed out one day because I had put a guy on mute because he was eating on the live and he got mad at me. But I cannot stand the sounds of people eating. Like, no one. Like, even when I was a little kid, I'd be like at the table with like my ears over. I can't stand it. I can't take it. I can't handle it. And they cussed me out because I was like, oh, I'll let you finish your lunch. And I put him on. I wasn't rude. I wasn't like, get out of the camera. I was just like, I was like, I'll let you finish your lunch. He cussed me out because I didn't want to listen to him eat. I can't take it. No, I hate ASMR. Well, if it's like clicking ASMRs, I like those. But mukbangs, definitely not. I don't get it. Anytime I see somebody on screen and they're like slurping and gulping and it's too much. I can't handle it. But if it's ASMR from like cleaning or like restocks, all those little click clacks and stuff, well, that doesn't bother me. It's just something about what it does in my auditory with people eating. I just thinking about it is freaking me out. Okay. What's mukbang? It's those videos where people eat. You said you love it too. Yes, I can't stand the sound of someone eating. If you're doing a live, I can't watch. Me either. I'm not into it. Shout out to all the people though that love it because those mukbangers make a lot of money. Like they do. People are here for it. They like it. So everybody likes what they like. But like when they talk about nails screeching on chalkboards and stuff like that. Oh, that doesn't bother me at all. All right. I don't see any more questions. You said it's disgusting. It's like nails on a chalkboard. Thank you, Weatherproof Beauty. Nails on a chalkboard don't bother me. They don't bother me. Like they don't bug me at all. Like not at all. I don't like squishy sounds though. Like squishy stuff. I'm like like when it sounds like stuff is like squishing and squirming. I don't like that. I'm like, what is that? Or like when people like stirring stuff and it's all like you can't stay in here metal clashing. Thank you, Art Diggs. Yeah, see, all that stuff that normally like gives people like the physical reaction, like with their nerves from like scratching and drills and stuff like that, doesn't bother me. Silverware clanking on the plate, that is annoying. You said I look like a billionaire Barbie. Oh, thanks, hun. Thanks for noticing. I can't stand listening to someone eating or drinking. Yeah, like just when people have bad table manners in general, I'm just kind of like, or when people are rude to waiters and waitresses, I don't like that either. I can't hang out with people that are rude to like wait staff and stuff, or anyone that works in the service industry. Y'all know some people, they're just weird. They feel like they're above or better than people or something because they're service people or, you know, they're wait staff, and they're like, I don't know. They're like, you know, they treat them bad. They talk to them crazy. They're like really, really rude. They act as if they're subservient. I just don't like it. Exactly, BBP Cakes. Rude people, period. And then some of y'all know on this app, you will definitely meet some rude people, okay? And I can't stand people that lie. Like people, and y'all know what else I can't stand? UMFers. Let me tell y'all this before I get off of here tonight. This has nothing to do with the content, okay? Content is over. Click the link in the bio, tap the second button. You will get the today's $16 deal if you enjoyed all of this. But let me tell you something about some of you suckers, some of you scoundrels out here. You people that run around saying, well, you know, if it's a lie, just don't address it. It's not that big of a deal. Yes, it is. Okay. People lie. It ruins your reputation. People lie. It opens up the door for all kinds of other stuff to get started that wasn't even necessary. People will lie, on you. You can lose your life. You can end up in prison behind people lying on you. People lie on you and it can destroy relationships. I cannot stand you suckers that be like, you know, if they lied, it's not that big of a deal to you, baby. I get hot, like my ears get hot. There was a creator, and I was so sad about this because I thought she was like a cool chick. She is not at all. And she like flat out told a lie on me yesterday. And I was upset. Like I had a whole attitude. My ears were hot. My nose had started turning red. I was so effing mad or whatever. And then like a couple of weeks ago, I was on a panel and it was a heifer in that panel that got in there and lied, and I got hot. And people, they were like, film. They were like, I ain't never seen this side of you. Cause I don't play about people lying on me. I do not play. I do not play about that. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I'll be like, You unfollowed her? Yeah, it was too much. It was like crazy. I don't like it when people are willfully obtuse and then they try and make something what is not to be. And then she started calling me names and degrading me and disrespecting me. But at that point, I was like, well, gloves off. Like, if this is what we doing, we talking crazy to each other, I'm finna talk crazy to you too. So I definitely got back in the comments and said some not great things to her as well. But like, I was so like blown away. Yeah, she accused me of colorism. Baby, I was really upset by that. I was like not at all. And then the person who actually exhibited the colorism and that was in the fat phobia and just the all around like negative talk about Black women in general because she's a self-hating weirdo. She was like defending her. And I feel, if I'm being honest, I feel like she was defending her because she's brown skinned. And but this is a brown skinned woman that is using black, like you're black, big black and ugly and a monster. You're using black in a negative way. And I was really taken aback. And then I don't know why people forget about biology. Like Black people can have anything. Your children can come out any hue, any color, right? And so people look at me and I think that they assume that my mom is a yellow girl, but my mama is a chocolate brownie. She's a chocolate Betty, and she's finer than fine. You know, like literally, when y'all tell me how beautiful I am and how pretty, you're looking at my mom. She gave me her face. So that like it was just so like I was so taken aback or whatever. And she said that she called me foul. I was like, baby, I didn't use colorism because she thought this creator talks about colorism all the time. Her content, she's always talking about as a dark-skinned Black woman, blah, 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 blah. And I get it. I understand the plight because society is telling you that you're less than because you're dark-skinned. The same way society tells me that I'm less than because I'm Black. They tell me that I'm less than because I'm big, right? This is over and over and over and over again. And I noticed she didn't say anything about this other creator saying nasty things about big women or big people, right? So I was like, you understand colorism. So what would it be like if I, as a dark-skinned woman, I got on here and called you Black in a negative way? You know what I'm saying? I was like, the colorism, the fat phobia is all harmful all the way. And she was just being willfully obtuse, but her platform is large. And I'm like, I'm not going to sit here and let somebody slander my name like that and say something that just is not true. You said my mama is beautiful. She is, baby. My mama is gorgeous. She is a showstopper. Okay. I always tell y'all all the time, I'm not worried about aging because my mama looks good. My mama is in her 60s. It looks like she's in her 40s. You know what I'm saying? Like my mama kind of got like to 45 and she just stopped aging. she had to 45 and she just looked the same since she's been 45. But she said when she was younger, people would tell her that she looked like older, which I was kind of like the same way. And then she was like, she got to about like 28, 30, and my mama did. She looked that age for a very, very long time. And then she just started aging a little bit. And that was, I feel like that's more from the chemo medicine and stuff like that. But my mama, like you would easily, if you saw her, you would think she's in her 40s, maybe 50. But yeah, both of my parents look really young, actually. Then I was disturbed too. And this ain't got nothing to do with anything else either. I'm just venting. I'm venting before I get off of here. I was also disturbed. Maybe I need to turn this into a piece of content. So there's a creator. She's a very like girly girl. She keeps herself up, but I was very saddened listening to her talk about herself. And it bothered me because I didn't realize that so many younger people have been younger Black people, let me be specific, have been colonized to not like themselves in the way that they look. And she was talking about all this money she spent on her face and procedures in her skin. And while she's sitting in the camera and she was being very transparent, but she's talking about how she wanted to get a nose job. And I was just like, wow. And this is the thing that took me aback. She was talking about how she feels like when white women get nose jobs or white people get nose jobs, their nose jobs look more natural because that's the type of nose that's in their community, but blah, 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 blah. And she says, and she literally said this out of her mouth. She didn't say this in a harmful way. Again, she was talking about herself. She said, I feel that Black people's nostrils and noses are too wide. And that hurt my feelings for her. You know what I'm saying? I was like, she's talking about herself. You know, she's contouring her nose, talking about she's already picked out her surgeon if she ever decides to get a nose job. And she's a Black woman, you know, with a very like, you know, Black nose. Y'all know, I think Black people have cute noses. I think we have very cute noses because they're like round. I think our rounded noses are cute. I also think Black people, we have very, very nice bridges or whatever. A lot of times we don't have like, you know, big bumps and crooked stuff and stuff like that in our bridges, or we don't have a bridge, you know what I'm saying? It's just kind of like forehead, then your little nose pops out. But anyway, it just made me so sad. And I was just like, this girl is beautiful, but she doesn't see herself as enough. You know what I'm saying? And like, I'm sitting here watching her contour her nose, a Black girl contour her nose, saying that she feels that Black people's noses and nostrils are too wide. I was like, damn. I was like, this ish runs deep. So I think that coupled with all of the negative discourse around the statue. I think the man's name is Thomas Pierce, is the artist. Thomas is definitely his first name. I may have the wrong last name for him, but he wanted to honor regular people. And so there's a series of statues he's done of different Black men and Black women, and they're like larger than life, right? And I thought that was so cool. But people saw the one of the more plus size girl the plus size woman that was put up in Times Square, and people have lost their minds. And there's been so much negative discourse. And then y'all keep in mind, these models are real people. So could you imagine if you're the model and you get online and people are saying you're big, Black, ugly, a monster, you're hostile, you're aggressive? She didn't look aggressive or anything to me. I'm like, she just looks like a woman thinking about whatever her next decision is, like what she's going to do at work or what she's going to get out of the freezer at the grocery store. She just had on a t-shirt and jeans. I was like, there are lots of people that just wear t-shirts and jeans when they run errands. People were upset about the braids. People they were like, this shouldn't be a representation of us. I'm like, the thing is regular people, because he also has a man in a suit. There's another one of a girl. She's like looking at her phone. Her hair's back in a ponytail. You know what I'm saying? Rochelle, the comments are insane. They're insane. I was like, I had no idea so many Black people are so uncomfortable being Black. I had no idea so many Black people had already bought into white supremacy and their ideologies about Black people. I had no idea that there were so many Black people, especially I was like really disappointed in a lot of the Black female content creators, the Black women content creators. They were instantly like, this is not the representation of us and this is what they think. No, that we always screaming about representation. And this artist, that first of all, that woman is not the only statue. He has several statues of Black women. There's one, there's a Black woman. She has braids to the back. She is clearly in her workout gear. She has a crop top. You know, she has a cute figure, tone body, stuff like that. She's in there. There's the one that's like looking in the phone in the park. There's another one. You can tell she's a professional woman. She's on her way to work. Like this is what normal people look like. And I was just like, this is like really odd. I was like, I had no idea so many Black people have bought into the white supremacy ideas of beauty. And it's very, very shocking, because a lot of these people that have the most negative, nastiest things to say about this statue, they don't fit the American beauty standard. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I think I'm beautiful. I know I'm beautiful. I know that I'm beautiful and gorgeous because I've been externally validated in this my whole entire life. I know I'm beautiful because even as a big woman, and big women are supposed to be seen as desirable and fine and sexy and stuff like that, when I go outside, people are always complimenting me on my beauty. Men and women, children, animals come up to me, okay? Literally today, we're in the middle of the country, out in the country, and the cars are driving by, and people are like, oh, you're so beautiful, you're gorgeous. Men, women, Black people, white people, Mexican people, all of that. You understand what I'm saying? But I also understand when we look at the American stereotype of what the American mold is for beauty, I don't fit into that. So it was very disappointing for me to see so many other Black women creators crapping on another Black woman like that. Because y'all remember, these models are real people. These models are real people. So could you imagine if that's you, and on the internet people are calling you a monster? Like, I was just like, wow. I was like, a lot of these people are fake. They're fake. They're fake. They're fake, and they don't like themselves. And because they don't like themselves, now they don't like you. And they were really quick to try and other themselves or distance themselves right from that type of Black person, which is weird because they're all hyping up, you know, like a Sexy Red or Glorilla or Megan Thee Stallion. And let me be clear, there's nothing wrong. I like those ladies' music, you know what I'm saying? But I would be remiss to say, okay, but they like the presentation. They like the way they wear their hair. They like the body proportions. They like the size that they're in, right? That, like, you know what I'm saying? It's more of like those women fit in the uniform. They fit in the uniform. And this one statue of a woman just in t-shirt and jeans with a fresh face that looked like she was just contemplating whatever was on her mind at the time, has brought out all of this anti-blackness from Black people. And I was like, dang, I was like, we are cooked. I was like, we are cooked as a community. And then seeing this girl, this young girl, beautiful girl, and I know it doesn't matter that I think she's beautiful, you know what I'm saying? Because she doesn't see herself as beautiful. Sitting here talking about how, Black people's noses and nostrils are too wide, and she needs to get, and she's gonna get a nose job. Like that I just need to get that out of my chest. Okay. I just need to get that out of my chest. I just want to talk to y'all about it. Some of y'all probably don't care. Okay. That's my random rant. Has nothing to do with content at all. But I am troubled. That it's not a lot of stuff that troubles my spirit, but that troubled me because they're young. They're young. Can you imagine being in your 20s or your early 30s and you're looking in the mirror and you hate yourself? You're looking in the mirror, you think you're too dark. You're looking in the mirror, your jawline is not right. You're looking in the mirror, you feel like your facial features are too ethnic. You're looking in the mirror, you don't like your hairline. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's one thing, like, you want to be with the trends, you want to explore your look, you know what I'm saying? You want to play with different stuff. But these people, they don't like themselves. They don't like themselves. And that blew me. I had no idea there were so many of us running around that did not like ourselves. That hurt my heart, listening to that girl talking about she needs a nose job because her nostrils and her nose is too wide. I was just like, dang. You said TV has done all of that. TV and social media and filters and music videos definitely all have a part to play with it. But you see how people lost their minds in the movie Sinners, that they had Annie, Annie was holding it down, right? She was Michael B. Jordan's love interest, the character Smoke. And they were like, no, like, let's be real. Like, she looked like an auntie. No, she didn't. They looked the same age. Both of them look the same age, but because they're not used to seeing a dark skin, in a fuller figured woman, and let me be clear, I live in the South, so they like big girls down here. Even when I go to the West Coast, the men like me there too. I've never had a problem meeting a man. A fluid man, they like me. You know what I'm saying? I tell you all the time, men just like beautiful women. So, like, being a Southerner, it's never stopped me from being deemed as attractive. I haven't been a man's secret. There hasn't been a man like, oh, you're big, you're supposed to pay my bills. No, they pay my bills. I don't know what that, you know what I'm saying, that thing is, but I do know when I look at the American standard of beauty, I don't fit in it. Technically, I would never fit in it off the rip just because I'm a Black woman. I came out the womb with too much melanin to be able to fit into the beauty standard. Not saying that I'm not beautiful. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it a buck. So it's very odd to me to see people that don't fit the stereotypical or the traditional beauty standard tearing down another woman for her not fitting the beauty standard. That's crazy. That's crazy work. Mental illness. You said Annie is the real woman. Yeah, this is the thing in that movie or whatever. Annie loves Smoke. She loves Smoke enough, you know what I mean? She loves Smoke enough to, like, be his safe space. In that movie, he never smiles unless he's with Annie. That's it. And remember when Cornbread turned into the vampire? Annie saved Smoke. Nobody talks about that. It was Annie's arm that reached out and grabbed him. And then whenever Stack had been vamped up and he charged out of that room, Annie was the one that had the garlic water. She saved everybody again. Like, so it's very, very interesting to see. And I'll be honest, there's a small sector of men, those red pillars and stuff. Yeah, they're in the white supremacy pipeline bad. There's not anything you can really do for them. They're part of the cult. But to see so many Black women that are pushing the hateful narratives, that's the thing that's wow. And people said I was reaching a couple of weeks ago when I made a stream, and I said women have been the ones that have a problem with the way that I look more so than men. If I'm not a man's taste, he just doesn't approach me. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not a man's taste, that man just doesn't approach me. But as far as people tearing me down, belittling me, saying negative, nasty things to me, it typically comes from other women, and it comes from thinner women who are jealous because they believe that there's a hierarchy and they're supposed to rank above me because they're thinner. There's no, why is this big woman? Why do men want her? Why is she having the success? Why is she getting the opportunities? She's supposed to be nothing because she's fat. She's supposed to be a supporting actress to me. And I'm not saying all thin women think like that, because they don't, but there's a number of them, when you really get down to it, that's really their thought. That's really their thoughts. So, you know, it is what it is. But anyway, I'm sure y'all heard my phone ring, so I gotta go. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are on the planet Earth. Thank you so much for coming to hang out with me. If it's morning time or daytime where you are, have a productive and a prosperous day. If it's evening time, get yourself a good night's rest. I will see you guys tomorrow, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we're going to be going through the art of a funnel. Okay. If you guys enjoyed today's training, click the link in the bio, tap the second button, get your $16 deal. And don't forget to text me. Oh, and some of y'all open up the